Hi Aries, I hope you're doing well. I'm here for your 12 house check-in and tarot spread. For the sake of time, I went ahead and pulled. You got a really interesting read. You have a lot going on in your chart because Jupiter is moving through your first house. Okay, that said, this is most apropos for sun and rising. Okay, please check your sun and rising on these 12 house check-ins, whereas normal readings, you guys could be checking for sun, moon, rising, Venus, north node, Mars, whatever you check for, stellums. On these because they are geared towards the 12 houses in the zodiac wheel, and I take a look at the planetary aspects as well. They're going to be most geared towards your sun and your rising. Okay, that said, I feel like some of you guys have had some sort of shift or cut. I feel as if some of you, in relationships, which has been something, or some big loss in partnerships or changes or truths coming in. And this has popped up for Aries before, either loss or some sort of breakup or something like this has popped up before for those of you that are going through a divorce or have over the past year. Okay. But I see a lot of really amazing aspects here as well. So I want to make sure that I touch on all of them. I also pulled a Celtic cross on your 7th house. Okay, in your initial one card read that I did for Uranus's retrograde, Uranus is retrograding through your 2nd house. That is Taurus and your house of income, resources, things that we value, okay, things that we find beautiful. These may be undergoing massive changes since 2017-18 when it first entered, okay, and will continue to transition. And you've had even more of a transition lately because the past few months it's come very close to the North Node, and now Uranus is in retrograde headed back to the North Node. So while there's been instability or changes in your income sources or revenue sources over the past few years, which may or may not include a career change on your part, or just transition in the way you earn your money. And remember, Uranus opposes the 8th house for you, which is the house of Scorpio, all right, which is the natural home plate for it. Some of you could have experienced unexpected deaths, things of this nature. Legacy, taxes, inheritance issues coming up, okay? And you did pop here with the father. You also did pop here in the 4th house. Okay, you guys, just to call out these main cards that you guys got Alethea in the 1st house, okay, the Sustainer in the 2nd, which is what I did in your original read for the house that Uranus was going retrograde in, the Healer in the 3rd, the Father in the 4th, okay, so you guys may have suffered a breakup or a marriage that came in. All right, and or something of this nature. 4th and 10th house tend to be related to father-mother issues. So you could, even if you're not married, be dealing with father-mother issues. But I do have, I'll go over it in a minute. Then I have the Riddle in the 5th, that is Leo. And some interesting things came up there too. I can't wait to go over this with you guys. The Thread came up in the 6th, which is Virgo, okay? That looks very good. The Self came up in the 7th, which is incredible because 1st and 7th house access tends to deal with the self versus partnerships and others, whether that's partnerships in business, partnerships in marriage, partnerships in contracts, long-term contracts, anything that, it also rules frenemies and the like, okay? You have the Mountain in the 8th, all right? You have Venom in the 9th, Agape in the 10th, the Vessel in the 11th, and the Village in the 12th. The Village, you guys had Jupiter go through Pisces before it entered Aries, okay? So, there's something very spiritual and urethral about Pisces in general, okay? And it rules the 12th house naturally, all right? Its Greek Hellenistic ruler is Jupiter, all right? And Jupiter in the 12th can be like a guardian-like figure. And I do feel as if you guys have loved ones on the other side that are looking out for you with this Village being here, all right? So I do feel like positive change has occurred since Jupiter entered Aries and will continue to occur for you, okay? You may face challenges over that period as well, but it's also going to be very beneficial to you, okay? This will also go towards higher learning if you're doing higher learning of any kind. Here, whoever's showing up, I feel like you're either in therapy or you do some sort of healing, or whether you're a coach or something, and there's been some sort of unveiling of you, okay, with Alethea here. That's kind of a scene behind the veil, and that just might be you seeing behind the veil of various relationships in your life and various things about the past, okay? You may be coming through a process of debate and reckoning and things like this, okay? Mercury is opposing Jupiter currently, and Mercury is in your 7th house in partnerships, so you may have a lot of debate, you know, and this could be positive debate with partners, business partners, and or relationship partners, and a lot of communications about contracts or agreements, okay, that are going down, you know, over the next few period or have already occurred, okay? And I do show that here, all right? I do see some cuts in the 7th house, because where you pulled with self, I also got the scythe, okay, which is the, you know, on my Lenormand. Okay, and I asked for clarifiers on this house, and I got the Queen of Rods, the Moon, and the Ace of Swords. Some of you maybe have dealt with a Pisces or a Cancer, or in which some truths came in, or again, these communications and issues relative to communications could be rather strong in relation to if you have plans to get married or you're getting divorced or anything like this. You may be making a lot of partnership contracts, or contracts of one sort or another are a big deal right now, okay? And I feel like some truths are either getting recognized or spoken on this realm, okay? In the 6th house, you guys got the thread, which is like kind of breaking through dark matter, which is amazing to me, which again makes me think that you're involved in healing yourself or involved in healing as a profession or some sort of service related profession that becomes healing for others, okay? But you know, you pulled with the Milky Way here, so which has a lot to do with social networking. So some of you may be in the public eye or doing a lot of social networking. On this, I got the Sun, all right? And the Sun is in Virgo right now. The 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment, and the 10 of Cups. That's ultimate everyday happiness. So there's something very, very beneficial in the 6th house going on right now, okay, that you guys definitely should tap into. You currently also have Venus going through there, and Venus rules Libra, which is your 7th house, and it also rules Taurus, which is your income. So there is a lot of luck and beauty there, all right? Further, Venus is making a positive trine to Uranus, which is in your 2nd house. So there, again, there may be some new source of income or some way that you can reach out and help others, or in a service-related profession that's experiencing a high, because you can have changes with Uranus going through Taurus, okay, to your income sources or things of this nature. But you may have an increase in income, all right, and it may be related to a 6th house issue or something to do with what you do, okay? I have the Mountain here in the 8th, all right, and the past is there. The South Node is there. So again, I feel like issues of old family things and things of this nature may be of prominence. You have a bridge here as well on the Lenormand, all right, and you have a Tower, a King of Swords here, and the Star. So I do feel like some of you may be healing from a breakup of an intense relationship, okay, but you know, the Tower is linked to Uranus, all right, and is also linked to Mars, which is your ruler, all right, and is in the 3rd house right now. So there may be some communications that caused the Tower, and it's linked to Saturn, or there may be a Scorpio or a Aquarius Sun, Moon, Rising involved here, okay, and there's some sort of, you know, you're trying to overcome your own restrictions from your family and legacy issues to who you are as a person and going forward, and the legacies that you want to leave and create and the marks you want to leave on this world, something of this nature. And if you know you're going through, if you have been through a divorce or a breakup or a death, you know, that's how these issues can also play out. I see here like popping with venom. I've never had anybody pop with venom here on this 9th house like this, and I feel as if you're doing higher learning, or you teach, or you coach, there's something very amazing and new here that you're either learning or you're putting out there that is I don't want to say it's like it's very strong, okay, and an Aries can speak strongly, okay, and this opposes your 3rd house, and Mars is in the 3rd house, and Mars is your ruler, okay. If you have a Gemini or a Sag rising. I think you're even doubly hit by Mars moving through Gemini, okay? In a good or a bad way. Or if you have a personal planet in Gemini opposing those, okay? It can be even stronger for you, letting off more and in this case, I think it's to your benefit. I do see a lot of new beginnings here in the 9th house. You could be traveling more. You could be really examining old dogma that you faced, you know, and really going through changes there, all right? And there may be somebody that comes in for you here. I have a Knight of Swords, a King of Cups, and a Seven of Rods here. So there may be a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio that you meet when traveling, or that doesn't live close to you, that might be of significance to you. And you know, there might be something just brand new about 9th house matters, okay, that were previously blocked off, or that you felt unable to access. And this could be like your own philosophies about certain things in life that are undergoing massive transition as well, okay? In the 10th house, you have agape, which is like freaking gorgeous. And you do have, and I, you know, again, you're popping here with church, so I feel as if there's something about tradition and old things that you may have been stuck up in your head about as a child or as an adult, okay, that you're breaking free from in order to find your ultimate happiness and independence in your career. And you're doing it quite suddenly, or you want to go after it even harder than you ever have, or something of this nature. Okay, and I also, again, have signs that there's something to do with communications crossing your 3rd and your 11th house as well, because I have the vessel here, the mountain, and you've pulled the mountain twice. I had that mountain over here on the 8th, and then I have a mountain over here, and I have the healer here and the vessel here. So I do feel like communications are very, very important. You may have a contract or offer come in that you had to compete for, or that you wanted really, really bad, really, really bad. That may come to you that previously felt blocked, or you had somebody in your networks that you felt like was blocking your path in some way or another, that you're going to be able to solve or get around, you know, over the next few periods. That's going to change significantly for you, okay? And I hate to say, you know, if anybody did you wrong, but if anybody did you wrong, and I hate for you to focus on this because you have so much beauty, and it could just be that you're getting a lot of, you may get an offer or a contract that you're not allowed to talk about, or that's secretive. That could be another thing, but here, that comes in, all right? But this, or something from a Pisces, but this 12th house with this village here, it's like whatever problems or issues that you've had, and Neptune can bring heavy dreams. We just had a Pisces full moon, so for the next 2 weeks you might feel a lot of heavy energy coming from the other side, or a particularly emotional space within yourself that's very private and overwhelming in emotions in one way or another, especially if you have experienced a breakup or death or something of this nature, okay, because you may be reflective internally, but I see it coming out positively for you. But again, if anybody wronged you, I feel as if you have a village of support or will behind you. And I feel like for some of you, this is like literally you have an ancestor looking out for you, or many. But Judgment, 6 of Wands, and 2 of Rods is here. So these are all very, very positive cards to have here. So I want you to stick with whatever changes you're going through right now, okay? Especially if this is resonating for you. Do not give up on a path if you've changed paths significantly, or something of this sort here, because I'm feeling that very strongly, and I'm feeling a lot of changes here, all right? Jupiter can blow you up. You may get a lot of personal attention while Jupiter is going through your sign. I do show for some of you, there may be a new love relationship coming in, all right? You know, or you may have had some significant event in August in regards to a love relationship or something of this sort. You may have somebody with some Leo come in, all right? or may get some offer, all right? And it may be a very important business partnership, even if it's not a love relationship or something like this. All right, but you may have to make other cuts to go after what you really want. And I see you doing that here. All right, I see ultimate family happiness being on your mind, because I wanted to pull on this 7th house, because that was my most concerning thing with the Scythe there and the Ace of Swords and the other indicators I got here. Sorry about that, Aries. I see you in a place of needing to make a decision or being willing to juggle it all or something of this sort here, okay? I don't think that the majority of you have been juggling anybody, but I feel like you just have had a lot to juggle, all right? And some of you may need to make a decision, and it may have financial weight to it in one sense or another, okay? If you've been waiting on a judgment of any kind, I feel like it will come, okay? Because when I asked about the environment around you that you may or may not be aware of, I got judgment, Hangman, Lovers, and the 10 of Pentacles. So if you've been waiting on anything to deal with family, legacy, or a contract that would cross your 7th first house access, or somebody just leaving you in the wings, I see that turning around, okay? With the Hangman, you know, and the Lovers, you could be dealing with somebody with some Pisces or Gemini, but does not have to be, okay? All right, and I do see that some of you may be breaking with an old soul tie or a family tie in the future, but I see you becoming a master at your work, okay? And I do see another masculine energy, okay? Or this is just you, okay? Because this is your card. This is the Emperor right here. On this 6 of Cups, if you have faced a loss, and that could have been through death, I have the Emperor, the 6 of Wands, and the 10 of Wands. So I do feel like some baggage is going to be dropped with old wounds here in the future, and some beautiful beginnings are going to take place, okay? I see you with a hope and a fear around temperance, all right, which I love, which is Sagittarian energy, which again goes back to your 9th house. So you may be a little bit worried about having the patience to wait on whatever you're waiting to come in. Could be this 10 of Cups, could be something to do with work, could be lots of things. But I see a hope and a fear around temperance, okay? The Sagittarius, I'm sorry, you know, the Sagittarian energy here is excellent. And your 9th house is excellent. But, you know, with this Venom here, you know, you could feel a little bit like you're ready to lash out at somebody or something like that, because you know, your patience is wearing thin on some new beginnings that you're trying for, that you want really, really bad, you know, but I think that you're going to get them, okay? Because the likely outcome here is Ace of Pentacles. This is a brand new beginning, brand new thing, brand new job, brand new whatever. And I pulled this on your 7th house. So these partnerships are going to go through, and you're going to have something very tangible here, okay? Whether that's a new partner, a new house, a new contract, a new whatever it is, okay? It's going to play out a little differently for all of you. I went over the ways that I saw this playing out. This is a very intense reading and a very beautiful one, all right? Definitely enjoy that Venusian energy. I will be pulling a singled and troubled in love for you guys, and I'll see you in your other readings, okay? Don't forget to check your rising on this one as well, or your sun, whichever one you're not in here checking. Bye, Aries. Aries, I also wanted to go over this riddle that I saw for you here in the 5th house, which is where Leo is, okay? Those things would be in opposition to Saturn, okay? And I do feel like there's, you know, you pulled here with the clock, and the clock is about perfect timing, all right? And then I also pulled the 4 of Cups, the 9 of Cups, and Death. So I feel like if you were waiting on a creative project or offer, or you had some rejection in romance, it was beneficial to you because something better is ahead. Okay, that's very serendipitous time-wise, okay? You know, if you have waited a long time to have children and really wanted them, I feel like you will have children, all right? If you want them, all right? At the perfect timing. And there might have been a reason why you didn't have them before, okay? Maybe wrong person, wrong time, something of this nature here, okay? I do see that transforming. All right, as well as any feelings of rejection that you've had on a creativity or something like this is going through a massive transition, transformation, okay? I just wanted to mention that as well, all right? Have a great day, Aries.